What's good, y'all? Today we're going to explore how to play Lithium on the guitar. Now, if you're on your guitar journey, I feel like it's only a rite of passage for you to learn a couple of Nirvana songs. Nirvana, Metallica, any real rock band, to be honest. It's only a rite of passage for you to learn a couple rock songs for two reasons. Number one, rock bands have shaped the popularity of guitar. So most times when people are learning guitar, you're going to find a lot of rock songs out there. And number two, a lot of rock songs use power chords, which is the most popular movable chord shape that you could ever play on the guitar. Now, I think if you are a beginner guitarist and you've never played power chords before, this probably would be on the more intermediate side. I wouldn't say advanced. I think this is the perfect song number two, song number three after you learn a couple power chords. But I do think if this is your first time hearing about it, you should still give it a try because it will show you the realistic approach of playing power chords. Power chords, again, as I said, are a movable shape and it only requires two notes or an optional three notes, depending on how you're feeling. Most times, it's better if you play those two notes with your index and ring finger. So the shape that you are playing is one fret on the E or A string. Today, we're going to be playing it on the A string. And let's play it on the fifth fret. Then you're just going to skip a fret and play the seventh fret of the next string. So that means we're playing 5 and 7. I see a lot of beginner guitarists mess around and try to play power chords by playing two frets side by side. That's not a pretty sound. We want it to play 5 and 7. The first fret and skip a fret to the next fret, usually. Now I said those are two notes, and that's all you need in order to play a power chord. But the optional is to add the octave where your pinky is. To add your pinky directly underneath your ring finger. So 5 7 7 on A, D, and G. That's a fuller sound because it has these two notes, which is the same note stacked on top of each other. It just gives that sandwich feel. Sure, you can eat a sandwich with just bread and meat, but it'd be better if you had a layer on the top and the bottom. So that is our power chord sandwich, if you will. And when we are playing this song, it's a lot of movable power chords. So the first power chord that we are playing is on the fifth fret of A. That means we're playing A, D, G on 5 7 7. And then it moves to the second fret of E. So the same shape, but now it's going to require us to switch all of the strings that we were playing. So instead of playing A, D, G, now we're going to be playing E, A, D. So starting on the second fret, you're still going to apply the same shape and the same concept, where instead you're going to skip the third fret and go to the fourth fret of A. And those are your two notes if you want the simpler way, but if you want the full sandwich, 2 4 4. And that's a lot. That's why I say it's going to be slightly on the more intermediate side if this is your first time ever playing power chords, because now you have to switch strings and frets. 5 7 7 of A, D, G, and 2 4 4 of E, A, D. Not too challenging, but the challenge comes in when we're playing 6 different chords, maybe 7 different chords, and it's the same chord shape, but it's just a different placement on the guitar. So not only do you have to get good at keeping your fingers where they are, but you have to get good at switching strings as you do so. So as we're doing this, if you just want to practice that, I recommend going chromatically up and down the same strings just so that you can get good at keeping the shape. That may not be the quickest thing for you to do, so you don't have to go that fast. And I recommend playing one string at a time so you can hear every note ring in order to make sure you're getting a quality sound out of it. After you can do it from left to right, try it up and down. So just switch between E, A, D and A, D, G. But enough of that. Back to the lesson. The chords that you were playing is the fifth fret of A, second fret of E, second fret of A, third fret of E, first fret of A, third fret of A, fifth fret of E, third fret of A, and that's it. And it just repeats. And that's the bulk of the entire song. Now, there is one final section of this song, uh, around the part where he says, I like it, I'm not gonna crack. I miss you, I'm not gonna crack. I love you, I'm not gonna crack. That part, he's just switching back and forth between two power chords. Those power chords are the third fret of E and the first fret of A. Then it switches back to the top of the song. Bad. Hopefully you like stuff like this. If you like this, check out my playlist. I have a playlist of a bunch of different songs that I think is beneficial for you to learn as a guitarist. And if we're talking about benefits of playing and learning songs as a guitarist, there's other playlists that I have, especially just basic guitar tutorials, how to tune the guitar, how to change the strings, the parts of the guitar, the most essential chords that you should know as a guitarist, like your power chord. Your power chord is a movable shape. And if you did not know your power chord before today, then I highly recommend that you check out my lessons based playlist, everything you need to know about guitar. Links in the description. And if you already know your power chords and you just want to learn a bunch of more songs, check out that playlist. It's also linked in the description. But if we're all said and done, it's all done and said. So I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Hold it down, Cub Scouts.